Now, the minister responsible for security at the detention center is speaking out on the controversy being fanned by Miami-based Cuban protesters. Democracy Now! National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage assures the public that his ministry and Defense Force officials have been keeping a close eye on the developments.
Insofar as the video itself is concerned, we know now for a fact that the video was a fake video. In other words, what was on the screens was Cuban detainees themselves recording that. They were not Defense Force officers. We know that for a fact. However, with respect to the larger question of the alleged abuse of detainees, that matter is being investigated thoroughly, and at the end of the investigation, we intend to have an inquiry, and let the inquiry determine the truth or otherwise of the allegations that are being made, and the government will act accordingly. What we want the public to realize is that it is no part of the government's policy for detainees in the detention center or prisoners in prison or accused persons who happen to be in custody to be abused in any way. No one has the right to do that. It is not the government policy for that. And so once we determine what the truth or otherwise is of these allegations, we will have to deal with it in accordance with the law and with our policies.
With Thursday night's crime forum dubbed Operation Ceasefire all set to go, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage, hopes that with all of the heads of law enforcement in the country in one room listening to the views and ideas of the public, officials will have a treasure trove of information to act on.
We know that the police has their policing plan, the Defense Force has their plan, the prison, everybody has their plan. Now we're going to try to create the people's plan and involve the positive ideas that come out of what they are suggesting to us in these other strategies, so that we have a single national strategy in which all of the stakeholders have had their input. And hopefully, when the public sees how serious we are about listening to them and about incorporating their ideas, they would regard themselves as crime fighters too. Because right now, you know, in many of the communities, people have information, but they don't come forward with it. People know who's doing the shooting, people know who's doing the home invasions, people know who's doing the snatching of gold, and people know who's breaking into stores and stealing the copper. But the information is not coming forward. But we want to enlist all of them as participants in the fight against crime, along with us.